Felt a little bit strange, but the Galio a little bit higher priority alongside the Talia, one of those, that combination. But the Kindred left available this time with the other top-tier junglers taken away, definitely rises in priority, so we will see Yondu this time on the Kindred.
Recent matchup, the junglers in the LCK have been preferring into Kindred as the original matchup that many people thought Kindred was brought into, the Trundle matchup, because Kindred has the ability to disregard the pillar and the pillar slow, and yet we still see a lot of Trundle drafted into Kindred because Trundle can just play around the Kindred, try to take advantage of Kindred's sometimes predictable pathing. The predictability is that a Xayah will be paired with the Rakan, but this is a very early Rakan from Kingzone. Doesn't mean the funnel. We've seen very little funnel outside of Griffin losing with it earlier this week. The answer is no one. Kaz just says, how about a Xin Zhao?
He definitely wants to be in the face of Yondu. He's got a big smile on his face. Now he's like, now's my turn to have a good fight up against the kind of down and out MVP without their top laner. Gonna be curious to see how he does do on the Xin Zhao. You don't see it all too often, even though it was one of these very, especially once the jungle changes came in, because he was so strong at fighting at level 2 and in the river. You saw a lot of priority on him, but he kind of fell to the wayside to some other junglers, but we see him here again.
It's because the pendulum always swings, Valdez. People realized you can play Sejuani and Trundle, play passively, and Xin Zhao wasn't getting the big leads to justify his aggressive early game. Yeah. But then Kindred rolled through because she was able to slam the level 6 junglers and also jungle around them and get marks. But now, what works into Kindred is Camille. Camille jungle is a very popular choice to try to one rotation burst her, but also the Xin Zhao for the fighting reason. So the pendulum always swings in the jungle. And speaking of pendulums, are we back to first round Orianas?
There it is.
The answer is yes.
Yep, we, you know, it's kind of going around the rock, paper, scissors. You're talking about the pendulum. It swings to one side. You see so much Galio rising in priority. The Oriana getting some small buffs. And you say, well, how about bringing her back into the Galio, just letting her farm up and be... Ornn is the obvious pick, right? But is he good at that, right?
Whoa.
Does he even know how to play that pick?
Hello.
It's going to be Karma. All right, we'll see. If, I mean, we haven't seen this in a while. Top lane Karma is what we're expecting out of MVP.
I mean, it's a strong laner, and Ornn is a safe laner. Karma is a strong laner. Karma, if her flash is down and Xin Zhao shows up, is going to be powerful, and, well, Khan's a jerk.
I mean, why not be a jerk? If you think you're going to win the matchup, says, I don't care how safe the Karma is, nothing's safe against the Jace. And there it is, it's going to be locked in. Should be a fun one, at least, for Kingzone fans.
Yep, he sees a strong laner. His coach says, well, what can you lane against Karma? And he says Jace, and Jace locked in. Khan has not lost on Jace in the 2018 year. So far, last loss was on the Kesper Cup at the end of 2017. And you know, I don't know if he's going to be continuing with any further losses because Kingzone have a very strong draft here. And if Kuz gets going, I think Kingzone can roll over MVP with a draft like this.
Definitely feels that way. We also saw what Bang was able to do on the Xayah yesterday. That was the stuff of nightmares for any team that allows the Xayah to go through. They deny. They ban out a couple of picks against Khan, and he's like, did you forget about my Jace? Really? Doesn't seem like those two bans were very effective, and they certainly allowed Prey to get his first choice in the bottom lane, too.
I think all you can do as MVP is try to provide as much coverage for Maha as possible. They've got him one of the most oppressive laners in any lane in the Karma, but you're always fighting a losing battle when you're drafting against Jace and against Khan in general. Let's see how some of the other parts do here, though. Good ball carriers, the Oriana, a pick that hasn't worked.
I was saying maybe bring in Max for the top
Yondu's
roll.
Here.
Okay, they're going to look to get this to flash into the queue, but he hits the guy with cleanse. Bray's going to step on a trap, though, and first blood goes to hit in the right position, and it looks like they kind of know about this. Look at a turn on to Khan, but here's Kuz, the flash on in, and look at the damage coming out. Unbelievable. He's going to flash in two and get a double kill, and there is Khan on the Jace. You've all seen it before, but he's back.
Look at that man on your screen. He's the world's best Jace. He's on his best champion. Who was baiting who? Who watches the Watchmen? The answer is Khan. The double kill, the start of no doubt a big game.
Awesome read, too, from the side of Kingzone. It just looked like they had that deep ward in the blue side jungle, and they said, well, he didn't go back and path into his jungle, so he must be top. And let's try to punish him for this.
And this is in no way lucky. This is all planned from the side of Kingzone. Khan says he's probably there. Oh, face check it, you're in position, right? The answer was yes. Very, very nicely done. Autos going to be a lot harder against Xayah Rakan, a premium duo in their own right.
Yeah, at least they do have the Morgana to help against that, but look at the damage there. The electrocute comes down and the flash on in, and Maha even flashes on the backside. Just to add insult to injury, we'll let Khan be 3-0 now.
Maha may be the only player in League of Legends history, I'll hold the point as Morgana just dies, but Maha may be the only player in League of Legends history to get auto-filled into Khan's Jace in a pro game. That's actually what happened. Feeling. Literally what happened.
Here we go again. Maha looks like he might just die. The auto attack comes in. Khan decides, well, with no flash, I don't have to get too crazy. I'll just push him out of the lane.
Oh, dear. What is Marks? But Kindred's going to find Cuz.
He's going to get the red smite down here. Still does have his ultimate available, but he knocks him up, and the damage is too much before he can hit the ground and ultimate. Yondu, unfortunately, is going to go down. Thankfully, Ian was there for the follow-up kill.
MVP on the board with a couple of kills and a Scuttle Crab.
It's a rollover game, essentially.
At this point, it feels like a nature documentary where the big predator's trying to take down some cubs, sadly.
Well, Motive, you're giving it your all, but unfortunately, this audition not going to go too well. You might not be getting the part for the next game, as I wouldn't be surprised to see Max come in next time.
Won't be today, though. Kingzone looking to finish this one earlier. Earliest game, I believe, 22 minutes for the summer season, seeing if Kingzone can beat that. Fastest ever, I believe, was around 1920 from memory in LCK history. I don't believe there's ever been an 18-minute game.
As we have some time, I'm just going to go ahead and see where we're at in terms of fastest game. In this split was 20 in the mid lane as well. We'll see if MVP actually put up a fight in this one.
We'll see. See who can actually be the conduit for the Galio. Probably has to be Morgana going for a zombie ult to set up the Galio positioning, but Kingzone have their flashes up, barring Khan. Looking for the two inhibitors. And speaking of Khan, he'd like an inhibitor turret of his own.
He's definitely pushing for that MVP as well. I think he definitely made a good case for it here. He's looking for the kill on Tamaha, but hey, he still has a stopwatch. So that's something he's got going. Gorilla is going to miss the engage. So they will not pick up the kill, but at least they will push it in. Motive getting extremely low on the backside. Cuz looking to go down here, is going to flash away, and BDD says, hello, Yondu. I'm back. Is going to die to the Galio, though. But either way, guys, it is a bit of a stomp here. It's exactly what we expected. The super minions are pushing in. They just want to get more kills on the backside. Looking for Pilot now. They want to take away that 1-0-0. They won't be able to, as the Nexus does go down in 24 minutes and a half, as Kingzone make quick work of a crippled MVP.
Very one-sided series by the side of Kingzone. We said the only thing we could take away is how does Kingzone's internal consistency look? How does Kingzone's setups look? Because of course their opponents came in without a recognized top laner, and that meant that winning the match was pretty close to 0% for the side of MVP, and we have to say, Kingzone's setups looked better. Kingzone's communication seemed clear. Khan had some nice moments on the Jace. He extends that win streak to 11-0 in the 2018 season. Easy victory for the side of Kingzone, and for MVP, at least the ability to go home, call their friend, their top laner who is in the hospital with a collapsed lung, and hopefully confirm that he's on the mend, because they'll need him in the future, Valdez. There's still plenty of season to be played for MVP, and increasingly the chance they might need him for the relegation match.